This story would start on planet Earth. On a birthday of Bulma, Vegeta's wife, as usual, both Saiyans began to have a friendly training, starting to move all over the sea and planet Earth, because their powers had reached incalculable powers. However, the deities of Universe 7 had a great conspiracy against the Saiyan Goku, or rather the whole Divine Kingdom had a conspiracy against him, because his powers seemed to have no limits. So the Great Priest, he would begin to take precautions before Goku's able to discover his plan, which was to overthrow the king of all, Zeno-sama. So he had given the mission to the deities of Universe 7 to get rid of Son Goku. Hey Whis, I know what the High Priest has informed us about the potential danger that Son Goku is, since he doesn't care about the consequences as long as he becomes more powerful. I understand your point of view, Mr. Beerus, but even if Son Goku has been part of our lives, we cannot disobey the orders of the Great Priest. Both Saiyans were still fighting, however Beerus, at a great flashing speed, would get in front of both Saiyans, throwing a large sphere of destruction at them. And when both warriors were in their base state, they were not able to do anything. However, Goku at the moment, he would begin to be sucked by that large sphere. He would realize how Vegeta, instead, he would begin to perish before that great attack. Damn, if only I could unleash my power. What the hell are you supposed to do to that stupid cat? I ask for an apology, especially for you, Vegeta, who turned out to be the collateral damage, but the higher-ups have ordered to end Son Goku's life. Goku, while trying to stop the attack, would be very surprised. In that case, your Vegeta has nothing to do. It's been a pleasure being your rival. And thank you for every adventure we've lived. I would have liked to say goodbye to my family. At the moment, Goku, despite not being able to release all his power, he was able to channel a large part of all his power. So the Great Sphere would begin to disintegrate Goku, or that was what it seemed, because at that moment, the Great Sphere would likewise become much larger. But seconds later, it would completely disappear, causing a slight explosion, which would leave everyone present surprised. We have ended Mr. Goku's life, as his energy has completely disappeared, but now it's my turn. Before the Z Warriors are able to do anything, Whis, with his great angelic power, was able to eliminate the Saiyan Goku from all the memories of the Warriors, positioning Vegeta as the most powerful Saiyan in the entire Universe 7, as well as, with his help and that of the Emperor of Frieza, they won the Tournament of Power. I have finished my part, Mr. Beerus, but it will be better to leave because your memories may still be affected. I understand, Whis. In that case, let's leave for our planet and inform the High Priest that we have fulfilled the mission. Both deities left again for their planet, so the moment they arrived, Whis, with the help of his staff, would communicate with the Great Priest Daishinkan. Father, we have finished with our mission. In the entire Universe 7, no one knows about the existence of Mr. Goku. Now, only the other angels must erase the existence of Mr. Goku from each of his warriors. Excellent, Whis. You've been a great help. And of course, I will communicate with each of the other angels so that they'll take their respective measures in each of their warriors. The communication both would end, however, Beerus would look very thoughtful. What's the matter, my lord? I understand you did not wish to betray Mr. Goku, but you being a god of destruction, I do not think that for a warrior like you would get like this. I'm fine, Whis, but damn. Thanks to Son Goku, we were able to survive the Tournament of Power. Can't believe we betrayed him like it was nothing. But, my lord, if we had not done so, you would have seen us pulverized by the Great Priest, and he would have likewise ended the threat of all universes. Hey, Whis, do you really consider Son Goku a threat? It could be said that I am in a neutral point, but Mr. Goku, despite his character, always got the whole Universe 7 in trouble. But in the same way, with his great power, he was able to solve any problem that exists. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, but from a very different timeline, that's right, several years to the past, we can observe how Goku would fall to a planet with multiple wounds. However, none of those wounds were serious, so Goku would get a little confused getting up. What the hell happened? Damn cat's betrayed me! What did he mean by the top brass? I don't think my friend Zeno-sama would be able to betray me. But inside his clothes, he was able to find a very spherical pearl, or better known as a divine rune, which at the moment of Goku holding it and making some energy flow, a hologram of Beerus could be observed. So Goku, if you're watching this, it's because we've already betrayed you. It's really not something I ever wanted. but the great priest Daishinkan has given the order to end your life, and if we refuse, we'll be eradicated. Mr. Goku, I have taught you everything you need to know to be able to overcome your limits, but know that you will be able to take over the power beyond the gods and angels. I have sent you to another timeline, but being so hasty, I don't know if it was the past or the future, but I know that with your great power, you'll be able to survive. So that bastard who's behind all this is the useless Daishinkan. In that case, Whis and beerus were only used. I have to take whatever it takes to get back to my timeline, and to put it into that miserable. But I have to become more powerful. For his part, Goku at a distance was able to feel thousands of energies similar to his, and Vegeta's, while at the same way, he was able to feel a known power. That's right, the power of Frieza, the Emperor of Evil, although this time it was much weaker than before. Wow, but if it's Frieza's essence, but his power is thousands of times weaker, if my analysis is correct, I'm in the past. But what about those energies similar to mine? Goku would use his speed, being able to travel through the entire Universe 7 at a high speed. So at the instant he arrived, he could see how a Saiyan similar to him would try to contain a massive attack from Frieza, who was trying to destroy the entire planet of the Saiyans. So I've gone back in time, just when Frieza tried to destroy my planet, but this time I won't let him. When Bardock's attack was completely destroyed, Goku, with a slight wave of energy, was able to disintegrate Frieza's attack, leaving the evil Emperor surprised, because he didn't possess the characteristic armor of the Saiyans.
Who the hell are you, monkey? You are very similar to the Saiyans who opposed me a few moments ago, but you have something that intrigues me.
Frieza, I know everything about you, but it'll be better that you transform since you have no chance against me. Although it doesn't matter that you transform, since you also have no chance against me.
What? How do you know I can transform?
None of my soldiers have been able to see my transformations enough for a simple monkey like you to know. I'll tell you, because after all, you will die. I'll have already finished with your life. I come from the future. I am what you have feared so much. I'm the legendary Super Saiyan. Frieza's expression would change completely. But without trusting himself in the slightest, Frieza would accede to his last form, with which his power was incredible for all the soldiers, with the exception of Goku, who was only a simple breeze.
I don't know if you really come from the future, but there's something about you that even makes me scared. So, I'm not going to trust myself. I'll finish with you with the next attack.
Frieza, at a great speed, would begin to grant him thousands of blows all over the place. The blows, despite connecting in Son Goku's body, did not arise the slightest effect. Frieza, with a great power, would send Goku to fly to a part of the planet, causing a great destruction all around. However, Goku would stand up a little disappointed. Are you really very weak, or is it just that I've returned so much in time? I can't believe that, in our first battle, you made yourself an unattainable being.
Damn worm, don't make fun of me. I'm the Emperor of the...
Before Frieza is able to finish the sentence, Goku, with an accurate blow to the stomach, had made him fall to the ground, writhing in pain, while Goku would start walking to where Frieza had fallen. Frieza, no matter what timeline it is, apparently you always be the villain, and that nothing and no one can take it away from you. But I hope that you enjoy the field of flowers that you had told me about so much. In the future, we'll need you for the tournament. Goku, with a sphere of energy, was able to eliminate Frieza completely, while all the other soldiers began to flee the planet because they didn't understand how a single warrior was able to end the life of his emperor without the slightest difficulty. Instantly, Goku would approach the warrior who had given all over his planet, realizing that he indeed was identical to him. While the other Saiyans were very scared, at the moment Bardock would observe him, asking him to take him to a recovery capsule. So Goku, at a great speed, would grant him a little of his energy, because Bardock was in terrible conditions. Upon arrival, Bardock would attend with their respective measures so that he recovers completely. For his part, Goku would go to the top of a mountain of the planet Vegeta, starting to meditate, and in the same way, trying to feel the power of the deities of the Universe 7. Apparently, Mr. Beerus is asleep at the moment, since I'm not able to feel his power, and I still don't have the necessary power to feel the power of... Instantly, in front of Goku, King Vegeta would appear, a little nervous as well as intrigued.
I'm King Vegeta. I'm the ruler of this planet. I'd like to know who you are, and how is it possible you have such resemblance to Bardock? Are you his son, perhaps?
Goku would immediately remember a conversation he had with Vegeta a few years ago.
I'm sure your dad was Bardock, since they both have the same asshole face. But your dad wasn't a bonehead as you are.
Wow, I didn't know that my father was identical to me. I would love to meet him.
Goku would be taken out of his thoughts by King Vegeta, who was waiting for an answer.
That's right, my name's Kakarot, and I'm a Saiyan, which could not allow our planet to be destroyed by that damn Frieza.
I understand, and I just hope that to have your support, you will be the most powerful warrior on the entire planet Vegeta, and you will be the supreme commander of the elite class of the Saiyans.
I appreciate the trust in the position, but I refuse, because in a very short time I plan to leave the planet. But before I go, I'll tell you who I really am, but everything in due time.
Understood. In that case, we'll leave.
King Vegeta, along with his elite warriors, would leave the mountain, so Goku was able to feel the power of his father, teleporting quickly to where he was, arriving just as Bardock was starting to leave the capsule recovery, finding himself very confused of everything that had happened.
Ugh, my head hurts a little bit. But what happened? I should be dead. Frieza's attack was able to destroy my attack completely. How the hell am I alive?
Bardock was surprised when in front of him, he would observe Goku.
Who are you? Now I remember. It was you who saved me when Frieza's attack was about to end my life, but what about Frieza? Where's Frieza? We have to run away, otherwise it'll end us.
You don't have to worry about that. I've ended Frieza's life, and because I am Kakarot, the Saiyan you sent to Earth when he was just a baby.
What? That's impossible. My son's only a few weeks old. He couldn't grow up so fast. So tell me, who are you?
It'll be better to leave this place so we can talk without interruptions.
Goku would hold Bardock and use teleportation, leaving for an inhospitable place on the planet Vegeta. However, Bardock would put himself in a battle pose.
Did Haz decide to bring me here because there's no one to end my life? Even if you were able to end Frieza's life, I'm not gonna die without a fight.
Father, I'm really your son. I only come from the future, and I have to be able to prevent the destruction of the planet Vegeta. Because from the future which I come, all the Saiyans die when only 3 or 4 survive.
If what you say is true, then tell me, who's your brother?
My brother used to be called Raditz, but in my time I had to end his life, because he kidnapped my son, and I intended to end his life.
I still don't believe you're my son. But tell me, how do you have so much power? You were labeled as a low-class warrior, so you can't possess all the power you say.
If a low-class warrior tries hard, he can surpass even elite warriors, Father. I've even been able to surpass the gods of destruction.
Gods of destruction? I don't know what you're talking about.
Meanwhile, returning to the original timeline, Daishinkan was preparing his perfect plan to end Xeno-sama's life and become the king of the whole. In the realm of the All Xeno-sama, he was playing with his counterpart from the future, while Daishinkan would begin to put into action his plan to be able to destroy and seize the power of the great Xeno-sama.
This would be much more complex, because there are currently 4 guardians and 2 kings of the whole. But in the same way, if I keep the power of all of them, I'll even have to evolve to a new body.
Daishinkan, realizing how the king of the whole was like a simple child, would be in charge of making a game, which consisted of filling 12 spheres of divine energy. The being that fills the spheres with more power would be the victor. So at the time of sharing his idea, both kings of the whole got excited, starting to transmit their energies, while the guardians watched a little incredulous.
What is Daishinkan supposed to have in mind? And this game is not recommended for a king at all, since he must possess the power required to balance the 12 universes.
For each of their part, both kings of the whole would continue to inject a large part of their powers into each of the energy spheres. So at the moment, it was a draw, but instantly, they wanted to recover their powers. It was impossible for them because each energy sphere would not allow the power to be returned to its bearer. So Daishinkan, in a quick movement, was able to cut both Xeno-samas into 2. So the 4 guardians, without waiting for anything, threw themselves against Daishinkan.
This technique was created by me, cannot fail. Grant me 25% of the power of Xeno-sama energy sphere.
An incredible power would enter Daishinkan's body, creating a great barrier. But to his surprise, the four guardians began to strike as well as attack the barrier. However, they were not able to do anything against that powerful barrier.
We'll have to unite. Since we are also creations of the great Xeno-sama, we must be able to have a similar power by uniting.
The four guardians began to unite, so their power would begin to multiply thousands of times. That's right, being a divine union, it was not only a simple fusion which added the powers of both warriors. No, being a divine union, each warrior was able to multiply his power by 100, and being four warriors, they were able to increase it 400 times. While the four guardians joined, the plus energy they got was able to crack the barrier only with their energy.
What the hell? I didn't understand that those bastards were able to join. Now, damn, this can't be dangerous, but I have no alternative.
Daishinkan immediately began to absorb the energy of both spheres, being able to accumulate all the power of Xeno-sama inside. But the body of a guardian angel was not able to withstand it, so it seemed to explode. That's right, Daishinkan's body, despite being one of the most resistant, could not withstand the power of two kings at all.
Damn, this hurts a lot. I really need the body of a warrior with a much higher resistance than mine.
Daishinkan at the moment would begin to mutate his body due to all the power he was obtaining, and being a guardian priest, also known as the heavenly angel, and being corrupted by the negative energy, at this moment his energy would begin to change to a dark color. While he would be called the new angel of death or underworld priest of Xeno-sama, but his bones were beginning to be destroyed by the excess of energy, while at the moment the barrier he had placed would be destroyed into thousands of pieces.
We have merged, and right now, no matter what you do, Daishinkan, we will end your life.
But the fusion of the Guardians in the same way, I was surprised to realize how the appearance of Daishinkan had completely changed. While in his aura, an incredible warrior who was able to imitate any being stood up all over the kingdom of the whole, being able to even intuit terror into the powerful fusion.
I'm not able to master all this power, but it doesn't matter. This is enough, and this body will be able to withstand the power of both kings completely. Now I'm known as the priest of the underworld, but I'd like you to call you the god-destroying priest.
The fusion, with a great determination, would be launched against Daishinkan. However, his power had changed in an incredible way, being so much that the power that Daishinkan gave off was capable of ending hundreds of living beings that were close to the kingdom of the whole, being able to be observed only as he left rivers of blood as well as his bones.
I want to prove how my infernal aura is capable of finishing with you, cursed.
Daishinkan was able to make his simple aura move, starting to give a beating to the fusion. The damage caused by each blow was an outrage, because at this moment, the power that Daishinkan possessed was much superior. The fusion would be sent to a nearby planet, causing destruction all around. While Daishinkan would descend from the atmosphere of the planet with an incredible authority.
They took the wrong side. At this moment, no matter what they do, I will end their pathetic existence, while I will create my next guardian.
Daishinkan would create a powerful energy golem, so he was able to absorb the vital and divine energy of the fusion, leaving absolutely nothing. That's right, even his bones were pulverized. So at the moment, the golem was able to transmit the energy.
I've been able to master all this power, but now as I am the king of everything of this multiverse, I need a guardian. I will create one with my new power.
Daishinkan would leave a three-dimensional room in which he would begin with his new training to control 100% of the power of both kings completely. For this part, going back to the past, Goku was to tell everyone of his adventures to Bardock, since he arrived on planet Earth, until he was able to win the victory in the Tournament of Power, being able to even overcome all the gods of destruction.
I don't know how much you fill me with pride, my son. I want you to meet with your mother now. I'm sure she'll recognize you just by seeing you.
Both Saiyans began to leave towards Bardock's house, so when they arrived, a Saiyan woman could be seen, who was making food while her Bardock was recovering. But at the moment, both Saiyans appeared in front of Gine, who would be a little angry because they had made her scared.
Bardock, I told you thousands of times that I don't like you appearing like that. Next time, you could even scare me to death.
But I was surprised to observe a warrior identical to Bardock, for while to analyze it, he would approach.
But how is this possible? You're Kakarot and I'm your mother, but I'm sure that something must have happened. If only a few days ago we sent you to planet Earth. Wow, I'm surprised you actually recognized me. I didn't think you'd be able to pull it off, since it's the first time you've really seen me.
There's no doubt. This Saiyan's really Kakarot when he's grown up enough. So at this very moment, we'll tell Gine everything that happened.
Both warriors told Gine everything that had happened. However, Goku had avoided telling them how he had arrived in the past. So at the moment, Goku had decided to train his father so that he would be able to reach the variants of the Super Saiyan. On the other hand, returning to the divine realm of the present, a gigantic shadow or aura could be observed all over the place. This shadow had yellowish eyes, as only his aura was capable of ending the lives of thousands of warriors, whether gods or angels, because his destructive power had grown in an amazing way.
His power's amazing, and in the room I have trained I have to be better results, being a different dimension to this one. But I need to create a priestess.
That's right, when Daishinkan was corrupted by the excess divine energy, just as his heart had been corrupted little by little for a few thousand years, he would choose to create a woman who would be his guardian, because he had other intentions with that guardian. Daishinkan would use a large part of all his power, with which he would begin with his great creation. After a few weeks, it could be observed how Daishinkan had succeeded. That's right, this powerful warrior who had an inevitable figure would be given the name Frieza, which at the moment of opening her eyes, an incredible power would be felt all over the place. Just as lava spreads throughout the kingdom of the All, because being created by the priest of the underworld, her power would be colossal. But over her, the powerful aura of Daishinkan was able to terrify her, which made her enter into control. So, you were the one who created me. For me, it is an honor, so I am ready to any disposition that you grant me.
I understand. In that case, let's go to my bedroom, because for a long time I've not been with a goddess, for the fact that I was plotting my revenge.
Both would leave. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Beerus and Whis likewise felt like the pillar of that entire multiverse had lost its life. Because being the most powerful deities of the 12 universes, their perception of energy was much greater.
Whis, if this is what it seems, we've done the right thing in sending Goku to a totally different timeline. You'll be able to solve everything that's happening.
That's right, Mr. Beerus, but there are really two possibilities. The first is that Mr. Goku stays in that timeline, is not able to return, and the second is the one that you are saying, Mr. Beerus. But you must have an incredible power to defeat Daishinkan.
I trust Goku, because no matter how complicated the situation's been, he's always been able to get ahead, so he's the salvation of this timeline.
Going back to the past, Goku had been able to teach me, his father, the different transformations of the Super Saiyan, and the Bardock to put it aside. He was able to reach even the Super Saiyan Phase 3 in a short period of time. However, the wear of his energy was unparalleled, so he would start again from the basics to have complete control over his transformations. Father! Mother! Right now I'm leaving because I have to find out a few things about how I got to this place, so I'll be back in a few months.
Understand, Kakarot? When you come back, I want to have a combat with all your power. With that transformation that you call the Saiyan God state, I'm eager to be able to see.
Okay, Father. In that case, you should keep training, because in order for you to be able to master the state of a god, you must be able to master the mortal state first.
Goku would instantly begin to move all around 12 universes, with the intention of finding a perfect place for his training. At the moment, he would prostrate himself on top of a planet, starting to think about the possible places.
A good option is the time room, but after a certain time, the effect no longer arises. I need a much stricter place.
Goku would continue with his great journeys through each of the 12 universes. However, at the border of Universe 12, a very remote place was located. So Goku, approaching at a high speed, was able to cross that great barrier. But the moment he entered that universe, he would notice how his body had become a little heavier.
Wow, what is this place? My body's become much heavier. It even seems that the energy that's spread all over this place is much better for the energy flow.
But Goku, at the moment, would feel a strange power, but without him being able to react to a powerful blow, would be sent to a planet, causing a great destruction all over the place. So Goku, leaning on one of his arms, was able to hold himself, but blood spreads from all over his body due to such incredible power.
That hurt me too much. He has the same power of a god of destruction. But this universe doesn't possess divine energy. Who the hell hit me?
From the top of the planet, an incredible dark energy would begin to manifest, while a red eye would completely observe Goku, which on this occasion would feel like his whole body would go through a chill, as well as feeling terror. But Goku would expel this state beyond a god. That's right, Goku would make all the divine energy go through his body.
Who are you? And how have you been able to hit me with such power?
But a well-known voice would leave him amazed. So, when that aura that covered the warrior dissipated, a being identical to Goku could be observed. But this warrior wore an armor very similar to that of the Saiyans.
I don't know who you are, but you're identical to me. Although I'm not able to feel your energy, you make yourself very strange to me. But I'm surprised that you're able to resist one of my blows.
I don't know who the hell you are, but your energy's disgusting. And in your aura, I could tell how you ended the lives of thousands of innocent people.
We're Saiyans. Destruction and chaos is in our veins. But I'm not interested at this moment. I'll teach you a few manners.
Goku would get in a battle pose, preparing to attack, but he wasn't able to see what the warrior had given him a blow of incredible power, which made him fall to the ground. In incredible pain, at the moment that Goku fell to the ground, several mountains were destroyed by the impact, while the warrior would throw thousands of energies towards Goku.
Is that all? I thought you were a Saiyan warrior. I want you to prove to me that you're capable of doing.
This guy beats up Super Saiyan Phase 3 with ease. I'll have to use my divine energy with my ordinary transformations. But first I'll use all my power in my base state. I can't believe that a Saiyan hasn't trained with a god that has that power.
Goku immediately stood up, channeling all the divine energy in his base state. So at the moment, he had rushed against the warrior, both being with a great battle. However, no matter what he does, because this time, the results were inevitable. The Saiyan would begin to beat Goku, who was barely able to defend himself. In a slight oversight, the Saiyan was able to send him to the ground with multiple wounds.
You're the warrior who's endured the most blows from me. For that reason, I'll show you something.
The warrior would take a bite of a fruit, which was known as the sacred fruit. After a few seconds, the warrior's power would rise exponentially, while the whole universe began to tremble due to all that power. The whole universe in which they were found began to tremble in an incredible way. However, at the moment, an equally gigantic power would become present. Although Turles was not able to feel Goku's power, he had noticed how an incredible pressure was spreading throughout the battlefield. So the instant a blue aura would arise all over the place, while Goku would begin to access the Super Saiyan Blue.
I'm surprised by the power you possess, and even if you don't have the divine energy, your power is even capable of being compared to the power of the gods. But my power goes much further than that, so get ready!
Wow, I can't believe it. With what you told me, I can tell that you don't belong to this timeline. But you will reveal to me all the secrets to be able to access that state of God that you say.
Both of them stared at each other, so instantly they began to exchange thousands of blows all over the place. Their battle would spread throughout that universe, although even though Goku had used the power of a god, his body continued to weigh a little, while his enemy was completely relaxed, being the environment in which they had trained most of his life. Goku, with his incredible speed, was able to hold him by the head, making him crash into a planet, being able to cause great damage because the power he had used was overwhelming. However, from the top of the whole place, a giant of dark energy was able to deal him an incredible blow, which had likewise sent him to one of the end of the planet.
How's he able to keep hurting me? If I have the energy of a god, even if I don't like to accept it, he is at this moment a mere mortal, unlike Mia.
I can see that with you, I'll have to use all my power. Since the grip you've used against Mia has been effective, you've caused me great damage.
What? He still hides a lot more power. This really won't be easy at all.
The Dark Saiyan this time would start accessing the Super Saiyan, with which his power would increase in a huge way. But at the moment, a big explosion would be created, so he'd take advantage of it to be able to deliver an incredible blow to Goku's face, which at the moment he was able to recover, and again they began to exchange thousands of blows. But this time, both warriors were very evenly matched, which would leave Goku very surprised because he possessed the energy of a god. At the moment, both warriors took a little distance, while Turles would start laughing like a maniac.
I can tell that you're a very powerful warrior, so with you I'll be able to use all my power, since no warriors forced me to use this power.
Goku's gaze would change to one of total confusion, while a little fear would begin to travel all over his body, which he had not experienced in such a long time. Turles' power would begin to rise in an incredible way, while his hair would return to its black color again. But this time, it would begin to grow in a great way, while his simple aura was able to.
What the hell? Who is this Saiyan? How is it possible that he has all this power?
The power of Turles at the end would make Goku enter into a complete terror, since even his aura warned him about the risk of facing that subject, since instantly Turles' aura was hundreds of times higher than Goku's aura.
Sorry for the delay, but I'm not used to accessing this transformation since you're the first warrior I'll try with it.
Goku, before being able to say anything, Turles was able to hold him by the head, starting to destroy an entire planet with Goku's body, which, while being dragged, blood was spreading from all over his body. Turles, with great power, would send him to a few mountains, creating a huge explosion.
Apparently, even you aren't able to withstand all the power of my most powerful transformation. In that case, I'll have to finish you once and for all.
Goku, in one of his hands, would begin to channel all of his power. So the instant that Turles would begin to approach, being a few meters away, Goku would throw his incredible attack. But to his surprise, Turles was able to stop his attack with his simple hand. And instantly, Turles would expel a large sphere of energy, which he sent to fly to Goku. While in the same way, he had returned to his base state in terrible conditions.
Damn, will I really die in this place? I can't believe all this is happening.
Returning to the present, Daishinkan had been able to master all the power of the Guardians as well as the power of the Kings at all, while he had also spent excellent times with Frieza as his heart and mind had become completely corrupted. However, Frieza's heart likewise contained pure evil, although a little the essence of the original angel Daishinkan, which would make everything they did question.
Is everything Daishinkan is doing really right? He is, in a nutshell, is my creator. Although he has given me great power, we should not do intimate things.
Frieza would be taken out of her thoughts by the voice of Daishinkan, who would request her for help for a new training, in the same way that Frieza increases her power in an incredible way to begin the plan to eradicate all the creation of Xeno-sama. Frieza, when she arrived before Daishinkan, she was terrified to observe a giant with yellow eyes staring at her, so Frieza would increase all her power, throwing thousands of destructive energies. A great curtain of dust would rise all over the place, not being able to make any scratch, which on this occasion almost made her wet her pants from the terror she had.
There's nothing to worry about, Frieza, since this is my aura, which I am trying to completely master, and I want you to be able to summon it anyway.
Can I summon that thing too? But what is he supposed to do?
At this moment, we'll access another dimension, in which we'll start with our new training, and I'll teach you how to master your killer aura and the dark power.
I understand, Daishinkan-sama. I will do everything you ask. I promise not to let you down.
I completely trust you, and together we'll be able to bring absolute destruction to the Divine Kingdom. Although we have finished with the pillar, I am sure that the Celestials, the beings who are above the King of the All, really exist.
The Celestials? With all the knowledge that you've given me, I don't have any data about warriors of such a name. Who are they?
It is said that the Celestials only appear when a multiverse is about to fall before the agony and destruction of everything that is in it. And if we're able to defeat them, we'll be able to access a world that no being has been able to reach.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Let's train, Daishinkan-sama, please, and I want to become just as powerful as you.
I hope you're prepared, as my training's extremely complicated. I hope you possess the stamina to endure it.
Both warriors, at the moment of arriving that dimension, began with their great training, in which Frieza would begin to move all over the place, while the only aura of Daishinkan was able to stop each of their attacks. Although to be able to keep the technique active, she must have almost infinite energy reserves. But if she was able to achieve it, her defense was almost impossible to break. And this would be realized by Daishinkan and Frieza, because although Frieza would use each of her techniques and powers, she wasn't able to do anything against Daishinkan.
1,000 paths of the Divine Priest.
The aura was able to attack Frieza with thousands of blows, which, despite being limited in energy, they were able to cause incredible damage, making her fall towards a place of the terrain in which they were training. Going back to the past, Goku's screams were able to be heard throughout the universe. However, Turles, getting bored of torturing him, would stare at him while his expression was of superiority.
You're something powerful. But first of all, my power, you turned out to be nothing more than a simple ant. So I'd better end your pathetic life.
Turles would throw several spheres of energy towards Goku, who at this moment was able to dodge each one of them, while at the moment, his power would begin to rise as more spheres that Turles threw, his power began to increase. At the moment, Goku would open all of his eyes, realizing that the color had changed to a silver one. And from an incredible scream all over the place, Goku's aura would color in a great way, starting to walk, and instantly, all of Goku's hair would turn a silver color, while his energy would disappear completely, just like the pressure that Goku gave off.
What is this transformation? At this moment, even your incredible pressures disappeared. Is it a useless transformation?
While Turles was laughing uncontrollably, Goku was able to approach with incredible speed, delivering a precise blow in the center of the stomach, which was powerful enough to make him vomit large amounts of blood.
What? How's he able to give me so much damage with a simple blow?
Turles would begin to stand up again. However, he would fall to the ground again, vomiting much more blood. That's right, Goku's simple blow contained so much power that the damage he had received was incredible, so it was too difficult for Turles to stand up. Meanwhile, Goku would begin to approach Turles, who would try to do everything to stand up, but it was completely impossible for him due to the great difference in powers. However, at the moment, Turles, with all his determination, was able to stand up, although he had suffered incredible physical damage, but the really serious damage was the mental damage, since no one had ever humiliated him in such a way. So, for the first time, he would begin to feel the real terror starting to shake uncontrollably.
What is this feeling? Damn, am I even afraid of this damn guy? What is this transformation? Even the pressure he has completely disappeared, but the power he's able to release overwhelms me.
Turles, without caring about how his body felt, he had thrown himself against Goku, who this time was in full control of the battle, starting to humiliate Turles with each exchange of blows because Turles' speed did not compare with the reaction time of the Ultra Instinct. For that reason, Goku was able to dodge and hit him, while Turles had not been able to connect a single blow. Goku connected every blow. At the moment, Goku, using a little more of his power, was able to send him to fly, being dragged by a few mountains around him. However, at the moment, Goku would notice how even his internal system would begin to decrease its power. The more the battle went on, so he had decided to end the battle.
I plan to end this battle that should have never started, since I hadn't done anything to disrespect you. But at this moment, I plan to send you to the other world. Don't think I'm gonna give up so easily.
Goku would begin to channel all his power in a definitive attack, while Turles would likewise begin to gather all the remaining power that he had left. So at the moment, both warriors launched their definitive techniques. Although at the moment of the clash of powers seemed somewhat even, Goku, by increasing his power much more, was able to destroy Turles' attack in less than 3 seconds. So the combined attack was able to not leave even ashes of Turles' body. Goku would immediately go down to the surface of the planet, and with a loud scream, his power, he would collapse, while purple-colored rays were starting to come out of his whole body, as well as too much blood.
This was the same thing that happened to me in the Tournament of Power. The power beyond the gods. I have to master it completely to be able to use this power without having these side effects. Damn!
Returning to the present, Daishinkan along with Frieza were able to finish with their great training, so they were determined to finish with every god and angel. That's right, even though the angels were his children, his greed would lead him to the end of the lives of all his children.
Daishinkan, we're ready. Where do you want us to start?
I'll give a statement to all the 12 universes so that they know where they are going to face.
Daishinkan will release all his aura for the 12 universes, being able to observe the incredible being for the top of all the 12 universes, making all the divine beings panic. But the voice of Daishinkan would resonate for every corner.
Gods and angels, I hope you're prepared, since from today, I am the new ruler, and I intend to end the creation of Xenosama completely. And an apology to you angels, since I intend to end you regardless of whether you're my children.
The incredible aura would disappear from the whole place, leaving all the divine beings with too many questions. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Beerus and Whis would stare at each other.
So, this is what it's all about. For that damn reason, the useless Daishinkan asked that we finish with Son Goku, since he was the only warrior capable of ending this whole farce.
Indeed, Mr. Beerus, but don't worry. Even though we are more to destroy by Daishinkan, you and I know that Mr. Goku is becoming more powerful every day. He will put an end to my father's reign.
You're right, Whis. But I hope Goku will be able to beat Daishinkan, since even he's able to end Xenosama's life. His power must have increased in an incredible way.
I agree with you, Mr. Beerus, but we have to trust Goku. He has always been able to find a solution to every problem. Returning to Goku, he was meditating in order to fully recover, while in the same way he was trying to access the Ultra Instinct at will to be able to dominate it and take his power to the next level. While Daishinkan was ready to gather all his troops, they were finished with every being of divine energy. My lord, we are all ready and waiting for your order to end the divine kingdom.
It's time. The new priest of death and you're free of my priestess. We must be the only rulers.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.
Psycho evil.